Stephanie Uncensored, and these are the goals for 2016. Woo! Another year down, another year of reading to come. Yay! Alrighty, so new year, new things to come, new goals. So this will be my first hopefully full year on YouTube as a booktuber, and I have some seriously lofty goals, I guess you can say. So my overall, I'm gonna break it down into 3 different sections, this video at least. So the first section is gonna be my reading goals, I guess. I'm gonna give you those, and then I will describe for you what I'm gonna do with a TBR jar for each month, and then I will let you know how I'm gonna do a new challenge, I guess, that I have set up for myself. So let's just jump right in and go over what my 2016 reading goals are gonna be. So on Goodreads, every year they have a little ticker that sort of sets up, and you get to set your own little goal. So my goal for next year is going to be to read 150 new books, because on the tracker it doesn't actually track anything that you may reread, especially if you've already read it and you have marked it as read. Unless you go through and you change the dates on there, it doesn't mark it as a read again if you read it. So I want to read 150 books. Now, I'm sure I'm going to surpass that goal, but at 150 books, that way it'll give me a cushion to allow me to not feel pressured or anything like that, because I would like to reread some series that are out there. And the Crossfire series should be released in April, which means that I will have to reread at least 3 books. I did not read the 4th book in the series, so I will be reading that book for the first time, and then the 5th book that's going to be released in April. So that'll be 2 new books on top of the other 3 that I'll reread. So yay! Looking forward to that. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to read at least 2 new genres outside of my normal romance book genre. Yay. I want to attend at least one book signing. I've already bought tickets for a book signing that is happening here in Washington, D.C., and I'm really excited about that. Unfortunately, I did not know that it may conflict with my monster's swimming. He might have a meet that weekend, but not sure. It's still up in the air, so we will see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there isn't a conflict, and I will get to go to the book signing and get to go to my monster's swim meet. So, looking forward to that. And hopefully, I will check off 2 goals at once for that and meet an author that I have been raving about, who is Miss Alethea Roman. Yay. She's supposed to be at that book signing, so hopefully I get to meet her. And then there's a couple of other authors that are supposed to be attending that book signing as well, that I would love to meet as well, and I look forward to that. So, yee, so excited, so excited, so excited! Can't wait. The 5th goal that I have is to stick with this YouTube channel for the entire year, doing wrap-ups, doing reviews, doing TBRs, and things of that nature. I'm not really big into TBRs because I am an emotional reader, and I like to read off the cuff and not really have the confines of having a set list and set schedule. So if I'm not feeling it, then I will not read it. So yeah, that's how I roll, and I just want to sort of stick to the channel. So that's why it's uncensored and why it's organic and why I don't do much editing, because I like to have that randomness and just kind of there-ness. There we go. Goal number 6 is to participate in a YouTube challenge or event that goes on. I see so many YouTubers out there doing cramathons or vlogathons or Noros, whatever, and I want to participate in one of those. They look like fun, and I figure, hey, why not? I'll have an entire year to possibly join one. And I also found on Goodreads the BookTubers group, and I look forward to participating, hopefully, in an event. Yay! And goal number 7 for the year is to participate and complete the 2016 Goodreads Reading Challenge group checklist, which brings me to that checklist, and whew, that is a big checklist. So let me tell you that they have 2 tiers, and the first tier is to read 36 books and out of the selected categories, and you get 4 wild cards out of the choices. And then tier 2 is to read a book out of 43 of the categories, and you get 9 wild cards, which brings your total of books up to 52 books, which means 1 book a week for this challenge. Now, here are the categories just really quickly. I will link the groups. I'll link the Goodreads group in the description, so if you want to check it out, you can. But I'm not going to put the list down in the description. I'll just leave the link there. But the categories are: read a book that takes place on each of the continents or is written by an author from that continent. So North America, South America, Africa, Antarctica, Europe, Asia, Australia. Oh my goodness, that's going to be kind of difficult. Then off to a banned or challenged book, an award-winning book, a memoir, autobiography, biographical book, a dead author's last book, a book with LGBT matter or characters, a book your favorite author loves, a retold fairy tale, a young adult book, a history book, fiction or nonfiction, a book where you have seen the movie but not read the book. Thank goodness. Whew. A book from the New York Times bestseller list. A book with a point of view of an immigrant. A controversial book. The first book you see when I walk into the library or a bookstore. A classic. A debut book. A book published in 2016. A book based entirely on the cover. A book owned but never read. A book, that's going to be really easy since I have 3,000 books in my Kindle. A book by an author you have never read before. Another easy one. A book recommended to you by a friendly librarian. A book by a Nobel Prize winner. Wow. Mythological book, not necessarily Greek. Or doesn't have to just be Greek. A book written by someone born of the same year as me. That should be interesting. A dystopian book. A reread book of my favorite book. A reread book of my favorite book. A book about books. Oh my gosh, reading this list off is so hard. A book published in the year that I graduated high school. Oh my gosh. A book a child, teen, or someone younger than I am that they love. Oh my goodness, that's going to be fun. A book about or set by the sea. A book by 2 authors. An author from my own state, province, or country. A book about a trip, cruise, or around the world. A book with the name of the person in the title. A science fiction book. A fantasy book. Oh, and then the 9 wild cards. Oh my goodness. So, yay. Since I read 150 plus books last year for 2015, which you can check out that list, by the way, in another video. It's not complete yet, so I can't link it. But yeah, this should be a pretty good challenge. There's only a couple there that I'm a little scared of. Especially since I'm not really into biographical, autobiographical books, and I can't even get that out. Or Pulitzer Prize winning books or award winning books. No, that should be pretty easy too. Because I can find some books like that. Yeah. It's those hard ones. The Nobel Prize winning book. That might be a little difficult. But I should be alright. I should be okay. Yeah, yep. It's gonna widen my view of books. And that's exactly what I want to do. As for my TBR jar, so I picked 12 things that I will be preparing, and I didn't bring my jar down. I'm so upset with myself right now. But I have a mason jar, and I will print off my goals or my TBRs, and they're pretty vague, but I have 12 of them, and I will pick one out each month. And during that month, I will pick one book and get that book get a book in that category or topic read, and that will be checked off. Yay! So here are the 12 things that I will be reading over the next 12 months. And here we go. Number 1, sometime during next year, I will read a fantasy book. I will read a classic romance. I will read a book that I put on my read later list, which there are like 6 books on that list, by the way. Read a popular book from the current month. Wow, that's going to be difficult. Read a book someone else recommends that I read. Read a book about space. Read a book with a red cover. Read a military book. Read a book, or read the oldest book on my TBR. Read a book by an author whose last name starts with the letter P. Read a book set in Ireland. And finally, next year, I will read a book that deals with mental health. Phew! 12 goals, 12 things that I will read about next year. On top of those other 52 things that I'll be reading about. On top of whatever else I decide to read about. Yay! Out of that 150 books, because I listen to and I read, I think I will smash that 150 new book goal for next year. So I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments, and hopefully you guys follow me, comment about what I read, and check me out. Follow me on Twitter. All my information's down below in the comments and description, and talk to you guys later. Bye!